Family life may look different in the U.S. than it did in the country where you grew up. Here, when two people get married, they typically move into a house or apartment together, away from their parents. If the couple decides to have children, those children are considered their responsibility. Children go to school from the time they're about 5 or 6 years old until they're 18. Parents are responsible for taking care of their children, who should not be left alone if they are under the age of 12. If you leave a child under the age of 12 by themselves repeatedly, that is considered negligence and can get you in trouble with the Department of Child Protective Services, which is a government organization that tries to make sure kids are safe, cared for, and not abused. Different cultures have different ideas of how children should be disciplined. In the U.S., parents are free to discipline their children as they choose, but they cannot hit or physically harm them. Even if it is the way your parents discipline you, it is against the law in the U.S. to hit your kids, so don't do it. Instead, you can talk to them about the bad behavior, explaining why it is wrong. An alternative form of punishment is grounding, which means preventing them from spending time with their friends, playing with a particular toy, or engaging in a certain activity for a few days. Teachers, daycare providers, and coaches are not allowed to hit children either. If your child ever feels they have been hit or touched inappropriately by one of these people, file a report with the school and police immediately. If your spouse hurts you or your children, that is considered domestic abuse, and it is against the law. Under the law, you are protected from anyone who behaves violently towards you. If you do not report abuse against your children, they can be taken away from you to protect their safety. Looking for help is not shameful in the U.S. In some situations, the spouse needs counseling services, and there are organizations that can help you find and access these services. If you fear for your own safety or the safety of your children at any time, you should call the police immediately. If you are ever the victim of any crime, report it to the police immediately. It will not affect your immigration status or your ability to become a U.S. citizen. The law exists to protect you, and you will not be penalized for coming forward to report a crime against you.